Do you remember your first job? I remember mine. It was at the McDonald's back in 1985. I was running through some storage the other day and came across this picture of me working, and I was thrown aback. Look at that. I'm gonna show you a close-up. Looking at this picture now, there are so many things I remember that I didn't think I would ever forget. I had to be, 19 years old? I remember my mother telling me that I was gonna have to find a job because I had a baby and I needed the income, because she was like, I raised y'all, I'm not taking care of nobody else's children. I'm like, okay. I was so nervous and so scared at that time because I was young and I didn't really know too much of anything. I remember sitting down with the manager being interviewed. And you fill out an application and they interview you right then. You fill out the application and then you interview with whoever. And I remember him asking questions about, why do you want to work for McDonald's? What do you know about food service and customer service? And my answer was the same. I want this job because I have a little girl to take care of. I don't know much about the food industry. This is my first job. And he hired me. I remember my first day going in the building, and it had this distinct smell, especially in the back where they cooked everything. It kind of smelled like fresh hamburger meat because it was real meat back then. It wasn't whatever they have now. It tastes so different now. I don't know if they process it now or whatever, but anyway, it smelled like fresh ground beef. And I just remember that smell mixed with something like lettuce. It smelled like raw hamburger meat and lettuce. After the manager showed me around the facility, my job was to clean up, sweep up, clean the lobby behind the customers, greet the customers as they came in. And I think after maybe 2 weeks or so of me getting used to just, the cleaning and everything, they put me on fries. So I learned how to cook French fries first before they, put me on the register, or I learned how to make hamburgers. And the next thing I was taught was making the hamburgers, and then they put me on the register. And that's where I remained most of the time. I did the other stuff too, but mainly after I got the hang of everything, I was on the register. And that food back then was really, really good. It tasted good. It tasted much healthier than the food today at a McDonald's. Even though back then it probably wasn't, a lot of health to it, but it was real ground beef and hamburger meat. My coworkers at that McDonald's was so cool, and we had a lot of fun. I remember befriending this one girl, I think her name was Trina, and she was actually dating my boyfriend's brother. And I didn't know her before I started working there. So it just so happened she worked there too. And we worked together and they made it fun. And it was this other guy, this one guy, I forget his name. I want to say Paul. He was very, very flamboyant. I really liked working with him because he was so flamboyant and funny. So if there was a customer that came in and wanted to complain about something, he would basically, in a very professional and nice way, tell them to calm down, and he had a habit with these gestures, like, okay, we're going to get you taken care of today. He was very out there, but he was a very nice guy. I loved working with him and with Trina. Even though I had a boyfriend, I remember having the biggest crush on one of the managers. Oh my God, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want him to come back and say, oh my God, I never knew. Of course, I didn't say anything. It was just a crush. But this man, he was such a good manager. He was nice to us. He taught me a lot. He showed me different things, that I didn't know, and he helped me be independent, when it came to having a job and knowing my job and moving forward and being confident enough to, talk to customers, get along with customers, especially, ones that complained. For those of you who were kind enough to click on my video, this is Timeless Tunes and Tea, and my name is Felicia Renee. And today, I got just a regular black tea. I put a little honey in it to make it sweet. Okay, now let's get into this tea about my first job. When we took our breaks, they were 30 minutes long, and we got a 60% discount off of the food. The burgers were so delicious. Oh my goodness. The French fries, they were really good too. They weren't like it is now. You know, you can taste that there's something in the meat, something mixed with it that is maybe processed. None of that back then. I would always order a filet of fish, French fries, and a vanilla shake. And sometimes I would get the little sundae with the caramel on top, and they give you a little package of the little peanuts on the side. That was my favorite. I love the ice cream back then. Speaking of ice cream, when we would break down the ice cream machines back then, we would clean them thoroughly every night. Okay, so every time I go to a McDonald's now, the only thing I hear is we don't have ice cream. You might get ice cream or you might not, but some of the time, a lot of the time, the ice cream machine is never working. But back then, we cleaned it thoroughly. It was always working. We never had that problem. And I've done a little research, and I found out that they don't clean the ice cream machines like they should. Some McDonald's or some fast food restaurants. But we're talking about McDonald's today. When I got my first paycheck, oh man, I think we got paid every 2 weeks, and it was $150. The first thing I bought was Pampers and milk for my baby. Then I went and bought me some music because cassette tapes were the thing then. Then of course I had my mom pay bills at her house because I was still living with my mom. I didn't know it at the time, but that little restaurant taught me customer service, taught me how to get along with coworkers, and gave me my first taste of independence. And I'm so grateful. Anyway, enough about me. What was your first job? And what did you do with your paycheck? I would love to know in the comments. This is my first video, long form content. I do short form content also, and I talk about nostalgia there too, but not in long form. Just a little short story, and then I sing a nostalgic song from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Thank y'all so much for watching my video. I will be uploading a video once a week here about nostalgia from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because I have so many stories and so much to talk about. So if you guys want to join me next Sunday, I will be there. And thank you again, and y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all had y'all tea. Next week, bring your tea. Okay, I'm gonna break here for a second because I forgot my tea was over here. This is Timeless Tunes and Tea. And I was so excited to do my first video that I forgot my tea.